fucked me up. Like the whole Vince McMahon part, and like I say, I had no clue that steroids was as rampant in that community, like as big as it is. Like I had paused, like I had no clue. Like I genuinely had no idea, bro. That really did fuck me up. Whenever I sat there and I learned about this shit, like that was by far, dog. It's like I can't even make it up. Like,
dude, when I really was into wrestling, right? So I was watching WCW, I was watching Monday Night Raw, I was watching SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? I watched it for not only my favorite wrestlers, but the storyline. Yeah. And then, like I say, when the storyline started to come out of who's doing this, like Big Papa Pump's arm was so fucking humongous.
Yep.
Just absolutely fucking wild.
But see, like I always thought about that too, because I was like, he got muscle, but then it's like a knot on top of the muscle. I was like, that don't look right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you look like Popeye, bro.
Yeah, right? Real talk. He damn sure did look like Popeye, bro. You ain't lying.
But you know,
he was ridiculous.
You know who shot back though? Who shook back so good and he started to help other people? DDP.
Diamond Dallas Page. Yep.
He had his own. He started doing his own type of workout and exercises. And bro, him when he first got out of retired from the WCW. When he first retired, he was big, but he started to lose his muscle mass, and that's what happens when your body goes into entropy. So the more muscles you don't use, your muscles shrink.
Yep.
So DDP, he came up with a workout to help his body like maintain a lot of his muscle mass.
Yep.
But then he also started to help other people. Like he worked the man, or he helped the man with his workout. From a man who could barely walk to a man who could run. It was an amazing transformation. Matter of fact, he was on the Joe Rogan show a couple years back.
I heard his show was pretty good. I be seeing clips from our Rogan show, but I just haven't had a chance to really just sit down and fully watch like a full episode.
I ain't watched the full,
yeah,
but I have watched some bits and pieces here and there.
I heard he be having quality people on there, like from what I do see it and hear, but.
Yeah, I've been trying to follow Joe Rogan for years though. Like since that man was the
Factor.
No. Since he was a karate champion. Yeah. Like Joe Rogan has won. Joe Rogan has championships.
Yeah, Joe Rogan can kick the hell out of somebody. They can kill you with a kick.
Yeah, Joe Rogan has one of the most perfect looking and most effective spinning back kicks ever.
Yeah, like when he hit the bag, it sounded like a real gunshot. Sound like pow.
Yeah, matter of fact,
he don't teach everybody how to really get that power on it.
You know who he was talking about one day, and I follow this actor. I love this actor to death. Michael Jai White. Michael Jai White is a black actor from I'm not sure where he's from, but he's a true martial artist. Do you know how hard it is to break a chain?
Shit.
Do you know how hard it is to break a chain once you hit a bag? Michael Jai White kicked a bag, a punching bag at a gym one time and snapped the link.
Rest in peace, George Foreman too.
Oh yeah,
But go ahead.
Yeah, but Michael Jai White, bro, is legit, and they always talk about like technique and the way they talk about technique and the way they go into it. You can see from the way they actually like perform a kick. I ain't playing with you, bro. I will break everything on this side. If I kick you and I connect one good time, I'm gonna break everything on this side.
Bro, Michael Jai White, he studied just crazy stuff. He was like, all right, now you think what people naturally do. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kick you like this. And put his leg he's like, I'm gonna kick you and like on the shoulder. He's like, you see my foot going like this, you think I'm gonna kick you right here? No, I'm going to kick you. Right. I was like, bro, this dude, he got it down to a super science. He like, your natural reaction goes like this, but I'm doing this to get you to do that so I can do this.
He's a multi-level black belt, bro.
I seen this younger, they ain't got none of his older stuff, but his younger fights, that stuff crazy. Even like the video he did with Kimbo when he was punching his hand in slow motion.
Let me punch it.
And Kimbo was like, how you doing that, bro? He was like, bro, I'm going straight. And I was like, ever since then, I've been trying to learn how to punch straight. I was like, if you get in a fight, punch somebody straight.
It's not truly about, like I say, it's true, but it's not really about punching straight. It's about not telegraphing your punches.
Yeah, you're not telegraphing with your shoulder, because he like, when boxers, they usually do this.
You do this. It's a wind up.
I know, but he said, if I just do like this, he's like, you don't know what's, you like, can't tell when it's coming and not even how fast it's coming, because it's coming straight at you, coming straight. I was like, bro, he a different type of dude, bro. You don't want to fight nobody like that.
Man, Michael J. White, I think he says Shokan Karate. Like, he's a multi-level black belt, and like I said, he's also a movie star and a movie director. So he films movies from the perspective of a fighter.
Right.
And a lot
look real.
Yeah, it makes it look real. And a lot of things too. He actually said it on camera one day. He said a lot of movies that we like on TV or on movies don't work
in a real fight,
and vice versa. So a lot of movies you will use in a fight don't look good on camera.
Right.
So he's like, man, you gotta know how to set up the scene for the fight or the choreography. And bro, when I hear him talk about like say certain moves and certain things, like it's no way that dude's bullshit, bro. Like it's certain actors that can really hurt you. Jean-Claude Van Damme is one. Michael J. White is another. Jackie Chan is one. Jet Li is one. Chuck Norris. Shit. Matter of fact, people don't know this. Ashton Kutcher. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So is Ed Bundy. The guy with him. He's Jiu-Jitsu. Keanu Reeves. These are actors who play movies that look good on movies and things like that. But they actually know how to hurt you.
They will actually open up a can of whoop ass.
I think Lawrence Fishburne's enough.
Right. Why, when we was younger, why did kids lie about having people lie like, oh, they had their hands registered?
Yeah. Well, actually,
God, I do remember.
Why do people lie? Like, you can't, like, it's not, I was Googling it and everything. I'm like, no, it's nothing. You can't have your hands registered as a weapon. Yeah, I fight, so my hands are, he can't fight, his hands are registered.
Yeah,
no, that's not a thing.
Yes.
I was like, why we just used to lie and just to accept it. All his hands registered.
Because they heard from somebody else. Like,
right, heard it from another liar.
Yeah. Well, back in the 80s, it was a thing that a lot of people were going to these dojos and a lot of these fighting schools that a lot of it was fake shit. So a lot of it wasn't based on a real concept. It was based off of a part of the concept. So real martial arts studios had people that either went for a little while and dropped out and made their own studios.
Yeah.
So they would really sell. This is like 70s and 80s. So you see all the black exploitation movies. When we talk about the Jim Kellys, the Black Dynamites. Even Black Dynamite is a parody of a parody.
Yeah.
Dolomite.
See what I'm saying? So
a lot of those movies were based on just selling the look,
the image.
Yeah. So when they came out with that, those movies show that the kids and the adults that want to get into fighting, get into fighting or self-defense, they push that narrative like, we're going to sign you here, your hands are registered. You see what I'm saying? That narrative came out of that.
So, that shit there, because it was people running around in the field that was saying that. It was like,
he can't fight because he do this, he train, he went to boxing class, so his hands registered. Why y'all niggas lying?
Y'all niggas is lying.
Y'all lying for no reason. Y'all just
he's lying.
But boxers,
y'all just ain't want to fight. Tell the truth.
Just thank you. Just say you can't.
But true boxers, yeah, bro, you might as well go ahead and shoot somebody before you hit them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like it's no fight, no real boxing. Like that ain't happening.
No, I'm talking about the boxer. If he gets into an altercation where he had to defend himself, most times out of 10, I might as well shoot you.
Mm-hmm. Too real.
Yeah. You get hit one good time, jaw broke, ribs broke, face shattered. It's a bad day. It's a bad night for the home team.
It's not happening. It's not happening. All right, let's go ahead and get this going here, fellas. It's gonna be another 2 quick.
I ain't gonna lie though, boy. Like I say, Joe Rogan. If you ever heard that man kick a bag before, it shit looks like a shotgun.
That shit for real. Pow! You like, oh my God, I know that something broken. That
I told you, I said, nigga, you get hit with that motherfucker, that whole side he shown, bro.
he used to trying on Fear Factor 2. I'm like, all right, I didn't know he would have
knocked the fuck out
right, he
y'all.
would've killed you out there.
Mm-hmm. Y'all talk that big shit y'all want to. That motherfucker crazy. That motherfucker be legit with it.
Hey.
Who's another one? The dude that played in Here Comes the Boom. I forgot his name.
All right, and welcome back to another episode of the Perspective Podcast. I am your host, Marty Lee, and over here to my right, I got Tevin in the building. Tevin, what up?
Yeah, what's good?
Yeah, man. And over here to the left, we got Lucky 7 in the house tonight.
What's good, man? How y'all feeling?
Hey,
Good,
slow start to the night, but you know, we here. You know what I'm saying? We up in here. TJ missing in action, but it's all good. We'll see you next week, big dog.
Yeah.
Get well soon. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? So get well soon, TJ. This is episode 53. And fellas, just how was the recap of the weekend? Like, what was the weekend talking about?
Weekend was good, bro.
That was
Yeah. Went out there, hit the lanes a little bit, showed I still got a little something.
Come
Ain't
on.
been in a minute, showed a little something. Other than that, chill with family, with the fam like always.
March
Trying
Madness
to
weekend too.
Get that on. Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. My week was just full. Pretty much, my whole week was full, not just the weekend. But yeah, it was a good week though.
I feel that. So you said you did pretty well on them lanes, huh?
Yeah, I did a little something. Got a little dub.
I feel
Mm.
that. Like, Lucky 7, he actually do that. He in the league. You know
Oh,
what I'm
see,
saying?
I ain't there yet. You know what I'm saying? I need a little more practice.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually, like I say, I appreciate that. More Lee, man, I haven't bowled in a couple of years. My work schedule kind of messed with me, so I kind of let it go for a while. But I've been bowling since I was about 5 years old.
Damn.
So I've won things, I've gotten trophies, blah, blah, blah.
Professional.
I mean, I think the best game I've ever shot officially is 290. That's one spare in the first frame and strike out through the rest.
Yeah.
I've shot in 290 before, 299 before. I've shot in 290.
That was good.
Shot in-
That wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody say they can shoot a 3, but until it's official, you get a ring for it, you get a jacket for it. It's not official. See, I have a jacket for my 700. I have a jacket for my I have a 290 ring. I got a couple pins for making some very, very difficult splits. So, like I said, I've been doing this for a while, bro. My dad said, the ball right now. You go out there right now. You got to. Yeah, man. Shout out to the Four Seasons, man.
That's right. As always, we are recording live from Collective Studios, and this is Studio E to be exact. And before going further, I want to shout out to everybody that's watching over there on YouTube. You can check us out on our YouTube page at Collective Studios 318. And you can also follow us over there on Instagram on our Instagram page at the.perspectivepod. So, fellas, that was pretty much a quick recap of the weekend there, and we're just gonna start off with a couple serious topics, and then we'll go ahead and get into the bullshit.
Right.
And so, as of recently, the president he's been signing a whole bunch of things. He's been signing a whole bunch of things here. So, and he's been signing all kind of things from executive orders and things of that nature. And so, on the line right now, I have the host of Chico's Reality,
Yes, sir.
also known as Chico's Lounge, and he has a good grasp on things in the education field. So Chico, first of all, how you doing tonight, there, brother, cousin? How you doing? A&M lost.
Michigan winning right now.
What is he watching?
89-79.
You must be watching the ladies, huh?
No, watching boys.
Recap from the other night.
Must be. I don't know. One thing, I'm mad.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, anyway, Chico, we appreciate you for taking this call tonight, as I know you got a pretty busy schedule there. You got a lot on your hands here, man. But for those of us who are not that well versed with executive orders and 47 signing that executive order to dismantle the education system, the Department of Education. Can you tell us a little bit about what that is and what exactly that means for educators and the youth?
Well, clap it up for Captain Dumbass, but he is really, well, first of all, I didn't vote for his ass, but anyway, second,
That's right. That's right.
the first thing is they are basically setting it up for privatizing education. I want people to understand what that means. What that means is we in Ready I got open enrollment.
That's right.
So that gives you the opportunity to choose where you want to go to school. Now, with them trying to set up for privatizing education, that is going to take federal funding away from public schools.
Yep.
Okay.
Meaning those Title I programs and special ed programs are going to be lacking of federal funding. So, what is he doing is setting the public schools to fail even more. You do have public schools that is a failing school. Don't get me wrong, we do have failing schools in the nation.
That's right.
But you're also hindering their chances to even advancing or trying to get out that hole of being a failed school by taking funding away. So, all that to say, the governor of Louisiana, that's what he first ran his whole motto on, is private schools and charter schools. My question I have for all politicians, if public school is good enough for you, why is it not good enough for everybody else?
Talk to him. Yeah, that's a fact.
If it was good enough for your grandparent or your mama, your daddy that raised you,
Right.
then it should be good enough for the children that's coming up. Why not? Why take away instead of enhancing it?
Yeah.
Now, there has been studies that show charter schools and private schools against public schools. It is not much of a difference. If you go look at the data, it don't show that much of a difference between public school education, private school, or charter schools. Now, New Orleans, they are well bent over charter schools, but that's a different situation.
Yeah, because they're based off of charters and privates.
Yeah. New Orleans is very violent. I'm sorry to say that about NOLA, but they are violent schools out there. So they have a choice to put them in charter schools. They have a choice to put them in private schools out there with no problems. But it's to better advance those children. Now, those children are coming from poverty areas.
Poverty stricken, yep.
So it is very crucial that they have that opportunity and those options. But for rural areas like Oberlin, Kinder, Colfax,
LeCount.
different places, LeCount, different places like that.
Olive.
They don't have that many opportunities for charter schools or private schools out there.
Right.
Because it's not a need.
Crot Springs. I can go on.
Wow, so right.
Go on and on about all these rural areas. You hindering them. You of course the big cities, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Lafayette, Alexandria, Shreveport, they gonna survive. They gonna be able to survive. But those rural areas, they're not gonna have that capabilities. So, and the other thing with him signing this in, what this do is, we all know teachers don't get paid much anyway.
Right.
With them taking funding away, guess what that's doing? Taking salaries increases away. They're taking different things that could help teachers, because we don't get paid much. If we were doing it for the money, guess what? It would be no teachers in the world.
All right.
That's
Facts.
That's
Facts.
Yeah.
And there will be no football coaches, no basketball coaches. There will be no Coach Smith.
Talk to him.
So it will be very stricken if you don't get out there, because the only way you can stop this is we have elections coming up soon. for senators and different stuff that's coming up. But if you don't get your butt up and go vote and go listen to what they have to offer, what they wanting to do, then yeah, sit down. And you're gonna watch your child and your children's children and your children's children
You get left behind.
be left behind. And I know we got that no child left behind, but y'all know God don't well, there was a lot of people in y'all class that was left behind.
That's
All right.
Like y'all don't know who they are, but I know some of my classmates. Some of them were left behind.
It's a fact. It's a bunch of people either they didn't walk or either they just they weren't with us.
Yes.
It's a lot of things that this hinders and hurts. So this is nothing but a checkerboard and a chessboard. Matter of fact, he is putting these governors in a place to take over the education, which we have already been hit for, with all these politicians telling the teachers and educators what they should or should not do, but they never step foot in a classroom or on a coach's field in any of those areas. But they're going to tell them how they should work and how they should teach. You can't do that when you never step foot in a classroom filled with ADHD, bipolar, SLD.
Depressed kids.
Mm-hmm.
The COVID kids, that's the real thing that they're hurting. They don't hurt them.
Yeah, all the COVID kids that just got skipped up a grade.
Yeah, so it's because nobody was
I forgot about those kids.
that year.
You know,
it was like 2-3 years. Kids was just getting through school. Like you wasn't getting, they wasn't failing you.
Yeah, I
you
forgot
at
about
home like
Like,
no.
it was a law.
2020, if you went to school, you passed.
that. That's crazy. Yeah.
That is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
It don't matter if you couldn't read on a second grade, third grade, fourth grade level.
Hey,
Oh, you can't read? Oh, we'll try again next year. Pass.
That's wild.
That's absolutely crazy word.
That was the setup.
They really should have realized there are kids out here that don't know how to write the cursive.
I have my own theory about that, especially because I think if you can't write in cursive, you can't read in cursive. What's one of the main things that's actually written in cursive?
Right.
Constitution.
That is correct.
Constitution and the amendments.
It is hurting the blacks. And y'all can, I'm not talking about y'all, I'm talking about people that listen. Y'all can keep on sitting down and letting this go on. Because y'all been reading all this. It's been chaotic. Elon can't read.
Right.
He's a millionaire, but he can't read.
Yeah.
He can talk to you, but does it really make sense to y'all?
Never.
No.
Never.
Nor should he have access to government documents and officials
He's not.
and be next to politicians and this to make political decisions. But
It's a lot to it, yeah.
yeah, definitely think Chico. Definitely thinking, man. I just wanted to give a call and just get us a gauge on what exactly does that executive order mean to the youth and to administrations, nationwide. And because it's it's a lot of verbiage in those executive orders, and it's a lot of verbiage that it's not really. It's a lot of fluff.
Not to cut you off, but also this weekend,
Yep, the big weekend, big one.
there's an election of amendments. Don't be fooled by they are saying that they're going to give teachers an increase of pay. Yes, they're going to give an increase of pay, but it's also things that go into that pay that they're taking away from kids. They're also going to try to sneak something by, maybe making it easier for private schools to do certain things. Read deeper into those amendments because those things are they still going to try to sneak something by in the public.
Yeah, right.
Just read thoroughly. Or if you don't know, talk to you. Well, I don't know if you want to talk to some of them politicians out there, but
Yeah.
talk to an educator that has been educated on those amendments, and they be able to explain to you what we're talking about.
We will, man. We definitely will. We'll definitely reach out. And so, once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the host of Chico's Dose of Reality, Chico's Lounge.
In April, Chico's Lounge is gonna be back open.
Let's do it.
Man.
Let's do it. We look forward to it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Chico. Well, before we go, we close it up. Y'all have any questions for Chico?
You know, I got a number I can call.
Yeah, right.
I can call.
He can call me. He coming on.
Right on. All right, Chico. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, that is the host of Chico's Dose of Reality, aka Chico's Lounge. So until next time, Chico, we'll be waiting on the lounge. So we'll see you soon, man.
Yes, sir.
Love you, bro.
Love you, dog.
Love you too, boy.
So, and as we pivot off of the executive orders of that, there's also some other news that leaked out earlier in the week in regards to some war plans. And so what I'm reading here, this is a post from the New York Times. It says Defense Security Pete Hegseth disclosed war plans in a group chat that included the editor-in-chief of The Atlantic, which is a media publication, 2 hours before the U.S. troops launched attacks against the Houthi militia in Yemen. The White House said it was an extraordinary breach of American general security intelligence. And I mean, it goes on and on. So pretty much, long story short, war plans were leaked out to a writer for The Atlantic. So I mean, that's just another blunder in this administration, and I don't think we're 90 days in.
Can we even call it a blunder now? Can we
group
just,
chat?
yeah.
Group chat.
Come on, bro.
You started the group chat. You got the name for it.
We talking
It's
about
those boys.
Literally in a group chat, like it literally doesn't.
So we just talking about war plans in the group chat.
Yeah.
America's war plans. We just in the group chat, just chopping it up.
Yeah.
So y'all thought about bombing this place? Nah, man, I ain't talking about bombing that.
Come on,
How they
bro.
look, man? How the food there? I mean,
I'm telling you, dog.
That's wild, son.
So I mean, things just keep spiraling out of control here in America. And hopefully things start to turn around for the best, but it's not looking good. Like I said, I think we're 90 days in. We might be approaching 100 days. Not too sure.
Man,
But
I wish there's somewhere we can get that dude on up out of there, though.
again,
yeah, after he's been impeached multiple times, but and
America's a big game of risk. I'm talking about the game risk. All the puzzle pieces and
bruh, like not only that, but like there's actually a conversation going on about the farmers. Like, have y'all heard about this conversation?
Yes.
And we'll kind of pivot from this in a second, but of course, there was ICE. ICE was doing a whole bunch of sweeps,
mm-hmm.
and of course, we know that Louisiana is home to a lot of a large Hispanic population,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and in that area of the world that Chico was just talking about, from pretty much Lake Charles, Sulphur, all the way up to Forest Hill. And then on the opposite side of 49, you got those other small towns like LeBeau, Cheneyville, Bunkie,
Mhm.
Count,
Bazille.
Like, you got all those other small towns, and ICE did a whole bunch of sweeps.
Yep.
Now, of course, we know, as we've done our travels throughout the state, that that's a lot of rural community. That's a lot of farming grounds.
Mm-hmm.
ICE did a whole bunch of sweeps, and they picked up all those immigrants. Now, those farmers that own those lands, they happen to be white.
Right.
And those farmers now cannot keep up with their work supply,
Mhm.
Their productivity.
with their productivity. So it's kind of like, what's you caused your own fate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But meanwhile, black farmers are succeeding.
Yeah, striving.
striving, some may say.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's crazy. Like, you sit there and this whole administration and those supporters shot themselves in the foot.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we're seeing the repercussions of those things. And of course, there's in Nebraska, the state of Nebraska, they're like going broke because they're dealing with the same situation. But their whole state thrives off of agriculture. So their whole state is collapsing. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
Man, you make your bed, dog. You gotta lay in it.
Okay,
You
so
get what you asked for.
Damn right.
I'm gonna spend a little time explaining this, but I'm gonna make it short but sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the way agriculture works, a farmer gets land, gets a crop. The crop gets tilled, and the crop gets plowed.
Damn right.
When it gets plowed, then you start to plant. Well, some of these crops, and it can be anywhere from cotton, tobacco, peppers, rice, whatever. We even talk about crawfish, because crawfish is a crop.
Save the crawfish.
So I mean, this is Louisiana staple.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't understand that these crops have to be tended and worked on.
Right.
It's not that they were taking jobs from Americans; it was jobs that Americans didn't want. So let me be clear. I was never going out there to go be like, "Hey, we gonna pick this cotton for so many dollars." I wasn't doing it, but I appreciate everybody who did because that is backbreaking, hard ass work.
It's a lot of work.
A lot of work. A lot of work to get a crop up. A lot of work to get a crop taken care of and mended. A lot of work to get a crop cut and harvested. This takes work. This takes time. It takes energy. Speaking like from Nebraska's point of view, their entire economy is crop based.
Yeah.
Meaning any crop that comes from the state of Nebraska
What?
has to be tilled, yielded, and put up by somebody. And I'm talking about from everybody from the farmers to the hands who work the crop.
Yeah.
If you tell me you have all this land with nobody to work it, the farmer himself already is working the land. It wasn't not like that he was just putting it out there, okay, y'all gonna do this, I'm gonna go be in the house. No, he's out there working the land too. He just needs help. So he pays people to help him work the crop.
Yeah.
Every year, every day, every season. Some of this stuff doesn't even get up for another 2 or 3 years, but it still has to be tended to.
Yep.
Their entire economy is about to be shut down. Do you know how embarrassing?
Bro, it's about to spiral. It's about to spiral.
You know how embarrassing this is for not only the farmers, but the crop themselves that strictly come out of Nebraska. I'm not talking about that, what crops they share with the other states around them. Think about the crop that comes straight out of Nebraska.
Yep.
Do you mean to tell me now that since ICE has ran through and swept almost every agricultural crop in the nation? This wasn't just in Louisiana. This just wasn't in Texas. Although Texas is right by Mexico, Louisiana is right by Mexico. All of those immigrants that come through here, they mainly stop right there by the border or close to the border. Mm-hmm. Most of them go out a little bit further, like Nebraska and Colorado and things like that.
Yep.
But a lot of them just go right here. They come through and they swept the nation. And the people they were deporting back was not only Mexican, it was Guatemalan, it was Venezuelan, it was just a plethora of groups of people, of Hispanic, brown people that were just getting picked up and taken back to their so-called country, hometown, whatever. And now you mean to tell me the devastation that was left behind after all the people were gone, and now you're worried?
I'm trying to tell you. People don't really that administration doesn't, let me rephrase this. Those supporters of this administration have not understood the ramifications. They just thought it was all bullshit and just fluff. But here we are, and like I say, 100 days in, or 100 plus, maybe somebody in the comments could really, kind of provide an accurate day of how long this administration has been in office. But it is what it is. But do y'all know any farmers by chance?
Yes.
I know one.
Yeah, and I would be interested to get their take on this. Maybe like next week we could kind of arrange that just to kind of get an update from some of those farmers. But
some of the farmers I actually talked to, and I know, like I say, some I know, like maybe like 2 or 3, maybe a 4th. I know of a 4th, but I know 2 or 3 that's in the agricultural business.
Yeah.
And the one I've talked to, they are really sensitive about this right now because they realize their mistakes, what they made. And I tell everybody about this that I have a chance to. We talk about politics. I don't like talking about this shit a lot. Okay, so with politics are very sensitive like religion. If you talk about both of them or either one of them, you have to be sensitive to what you're saying, what they're saying, understand y'all might not agree, disagree, keep moving.
And keep it moving, that's right.
The problem with when you talk to farmers about this administration, right? They get upset because their actions cause what they deal with. And a lot of times too, when we talk about what can you get from the government, right? If you're not a millionaire, and I'm talking to a lot of people, right? if you are not a millionaire, meaning that you don't bring in millions of dollars a year, or at least $1 million a year, please believe when he was talking about giving tax cuts, tax breaks, any of that nature,
He wasn't talking to your ass.
he wasn't talking to you.
But not talking to you. He wasn't talking to a whole bunch of people, plus a whole bunch of the agricultural aid that he promised them has not came yet. But here we are. But we got to move on from this one. As we pivot away from politics, and we normally don't discuss politics over here on our show, but sometimes we have to.
Yeah, it's part of life.
Yeah, gotta get in my bag a little bit
It's
sometimes.
a part of this adult life that we're living. And I seen a post over there on Instagram the other day. It said apartments used to be like $800 when I when I was, or like it would be $800 for like luxury.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But now it's like $1,700. You know what I'm saying? 2 bands. You know what I'm saying, a week. But
That's crazy.
and it was like we had to be a part of that generation to experience this type of high inflation. But
My first apartment was a 1-bedroom, 1 bath, something small, right?
yeah,
It was maybe like $675.
yeah, that's how mine was. Mine was fully loaded, 1 bedroom, 1 bath. Well, it was kind of like a split situation. If I paid my rent was covered. But if the other person didn't pay their shit, then they would be evicted. So
Yeah.
it was like
That's kinda dope.
it was like student living
Yeah,
type shit.
yeah.
So, but my first apartment was $600, and it was fully loaded, and I don't even think it was like 700 square feet. It might have been 500 square feet. You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
mine was right at about like 540, 560 maybe.
Inflation is a motherfucker, man. But
That same apartment right now goes for like $900.
exactly,
Yeah.
I'm like,
and with no renovations.
with no renovations. Oh my God.
It looks like the same like the day I moved out. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying?
I hate
But-
man. That's
But as we move away from politics and inflation and things of that nature, T, can you give us some updates there on the LSU men's basketball squad?
Yeah, they went to Kansas City. They made it to the NAIA national tournament.
Let's go.
So they got there, got down there. I think they played their game on the 21st. Yeah, March 21st. They played the number, I believe, 4 seed. Played them. Game went to overtime. They ended up winning. So LSU they won their first round matchup. And then they ran into, I think, number 7 seed, Oklahoma Wesleyan or something like that. And they ended up, fell short, in the round of 8. So they're technically in their Elite 8 and in the IA, they, went there, got an L. But, I mean, it was a good season. Went further than last year.
Damn
Right.
So they improved.
Progress.
Went further than last year with a team that I think was not as good as last year's team. Honestly, I think this team was a little less talented than the last year's team. So, coach did a good job. Players did their thing. They got better. They showed out, represented for Louisiana, all the way in Kansas City. I wish they would have, could have made it to the championship, brought back a ring or a trophy back to the city.
Right.
But it's all good. I mean, LSU they've been pretty good ever since my boy Larry was coaching there. They've been pretty good now. I think his name Demario. Well, last name Jackson. Coach Jackson. Yeah, Coach Jackson that took over.
Shout out to Coach.
Yeah, he
Right.
took over and he kept the program at a high level. So yeah, it was just good to see the young brother man take his have success these first 2 years with the team.
Right.
That's right. I don't think people really realize, or like right here in our area, of how big sports are. And of course, that may be it may be like, duh, like sports is big everywhere, but sports is kind of like it's a real thing around here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Only 45 to 50,000 people. Like it's a huge deal out
It's
here.
a big deal, and especially with 2 5A schools right here in the area.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy work.
And then it's just on our side of the river is Ash, Peabody. Well, Bolton doesn't have sports anymore, but whenever we were growing
Well,
up,
actually, they actually do.
Well,
They're actually going to have. They're not going to have like I think a football team.
so but just on our side of the river, it's Ash, Peabody, Bolton, Menard. That's just 4 high schools over here on this side of the river, and I don't count Grace Christian. Fuck y'all. You know how I love school. And so then over on the other side of the river, you got Pineville, which is a 5A school, Tioga, Buckeye, and Grant. Grant also over there on that side of the river too. So it's crazy how many high schools are just right here in this general area. But
Rapides
not too far.
Yeah, I forgot about Rapides High. They're a traditional power in basketball. So, but yeah, But yeah, that was good, and shout out to Coach Jackson over there at LSUA, advancing the program. We love to see it, and so as we did discuss in the intro, it was March Madness. Of course we discussed the BBL brackets last week. That was a good
Shout
conversation.
out to our winner, Sizzle.
Shout out to the winner. I think it was a tough fought battle.
It was very tough matchups. You know, all teams play hard.
But, hey man, and then I think some of the seedings.
I had my dark horse. I
The seeding was a little off. You know,
right.
the committee, you know, the selection committee. I think they could have did a better job at
Selecting the committee. You know,
the rankings were off.
Man, we gotta talk to them next year.
Matter of fact, I may make a bracket.
Right, make our own.
Yeah, in the spirit of competition, if you will. But so as we pivot away from that, so March Madness definitely did kick off. I want to shout out to McNeese State one time getting the upset in the first round.
Yeah.
Upsetting the Clemson Tigers. That's right. Shout out to everybody that put money down on McNeese. I know you cashed out like I did. But you know, so shout out to McNeese. Unfortunately, they did get bounced in the second round, but a win is a win.
Right.
And it's crazy how we were shouting out Will Wade last episode, and then he literally literally after we recorded.
He go decide. Oh yeah, all right, y'all. It's been real. Like, wait, where you going? Then I'm go ahead. That bag. When that bag comes, sometimes you got to go.
You got to take the money, my boy. And it's been crazy seeing like the rise of their manager, Amir Khan.
Oh my God, bro. Let me not be a hater. Shout out to Amir, bro.
Speak your mind,
man, bro. 100,000 just for holding a speaker and saying words that somebody else wrote.
That's right.
This ain't your music. You just holding the speaker and you just rapping what they said.
Right.
And people was like, man, you know what? It's getting a little buzz on Twitter. It's getting a lot of buzz on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. 100,000 NIL for what? Okay, so I don't know what the strategy behind it was. Like, we're gonna give you this money so you can promote our brand, but like, okay, so they got bounced. So now what?
Does that money just go?
So now what? So y'all pay him for a short advertisement because now he about to go to NC State, and I guarantee
some of those companies aren't in NC State. I don't think either. Well,
probably not. But I guarantee you, he ain't gonna have no buzz at NC State because somebody else, another manager, gonna come on and do a similar type thing, and the buzz from him gonna be gone. And he might have it a couple weeks when the season started. If they playing real well, he might still be. But I'm like, babe, that's y'all investment. If y'all spent y'all marketing budget on it, hey man, that's what y'all want to do.
That's just like
shout out to him. 100 racks.
100 racks.
For nothing.
100 racks for what? 2 weeks? 2.5 weeks?
For 2 games.
2 games.
For 3, I only seen him 3 times record 3 songs. One of the songs he ain't even sing. He ain't know the words. He was just walking with the boombox. I said, man, what? I said, hey, bro, get your bag though, dog.
That's right. So, and then I did see a stat there in the so far in the tournament thus far. It hasn't been good for the underdogs. It's I think the underdogs, meaning like lower seeds, they've been a combined. I'm gonna butcher this, but I believe, and I'm just trying to pull from like a image I have in my head, but I believe the underdogs were 13-44 in like the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament. So if you bet on the money lines and the underdogs, that was hard. That was a rough one for everybody out there. But as we've eliminated a lot of teams, we're down to the Sweet 16. The next round of NCAA action tips off on Thursday of this week. Some of the teams that are in there is Kentucky, Arkansas, Duke, Ole Miss, Michigan State,
Arizona,
Zona,
who else?
Tennessee,
Florida.
A
lot of SEC names got it done. Like, no, we all up in there.
SEC is the best conference. It's the best conference.
Crazy.
In most sports, period.
In all sports, doesn't matter. But so as the tournament is kind of like thinned out, Bug, I believe like you were a big Duke fan growing up, so I believe your Blue Devils are still in it. T, as the field is kind of thinned out, do you have any? I know exactly what that means right there.
Man, both my teams lost.
Yeah, that's
Louisville first round exit.
I didn't see that until like
Get him out of here.
the
First
next
game,
day.
no, first game
First game.
of the tournament. We out of there. I had them in the where I had them going. Elite Eight at least tripping.
Hate to see it.
Went down
Matter of fact,
bad.
last week I said North Carolina, Tar Heels had a good one. Yeah, they get beat. Then they get blown out the next
They
day.
got the break speed off.
Yeah.
But they was tired, but they wasn't that good anyway.
Right.
But and then my other St. John's, I had them winning it all. Rick Pitino, boy, you hold me. Like your best, bro. I know your best player was struggling. He was playing,
Forcing shots.
I seen some. I'm like, all right, bro, you press it, but that's from the coach. You grab him up, not grab him, but you bring him to the side. Hey, I need you to lock in, pass the ball, talk to him. You just benched the man. I'm like, the player of the year in the conference, 20 points a game, and I know with 5 minutes left in a 2-point game, you benched him for the rest of the game. I said, bro, that's bad. To me, that's a bad coach. Like, he ain't Rick a great coach, but that's a bad coaching decision. Like, you don't do that. I'm like, bro, I don't care. This is my best player. You, man, great players, they can be playing bad forever, but
Yes.
sometimes they can just turn it like, you never know what can happen, bro. So he pissed me off by doing that. They was only 5 deep anyway, 6 deep anyway. But
And St. John's never could shoot.
oh yeah, they have no shooters.
Yeah, they have no shooters.
I don't know why I picked them, but their defense was great all year. But they ain't
Yeah.
I ain't noticed they had 0 shooters.
I thought St. John was always known for a defensive powerhouse. Like they all had great defensive movement.
Oh, yeah.
They had great defensive
Yeah,
reads.
defense is
They,
great.
they can run the floor.
You got
It was
outscore somebody.
yeah. You can outscore them by like say running and gunning, not just necessarily shooting, but just keep running out the court, putting pressure on, trapping. They did a lot of traps.
Yeah.
That's
I didn't know
why
they trapped that much.
But that's why I don't believe the notion defense wins championships. No. Offense wins championship. If you can't score, you can't win. That's why you gotta get stops and stay in front of people. But if you can't score that ball, football is a different. Defense win in football, but in basketball, if you can't score, you just running up and down the court.
Yeah, you just getting cardio in.
Yeah.
Offense gets the glory, but defense wins the game.
Glorified cardio. But yeah, I think Tevin, do you have a favorite? Since and UConn, they got bounced. I was hoping UConn would.
They played a real good game though.
Wait a minute, what? I missed that.
Nah,
UConn got bounced.
UConn
Yeah,
got
but at the
bounced.
buzzer.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
At the
UConn.
end of the game.
I haven't been
They
checking
played a
out
real.
the
They played a
stats,
real
bro.
good game.
Oh my
I forgot
god.
who UConn. I believe it was Oklahoma. They got beat by.
I did
But-
not expect that.
No, I think they beat Oklahoma, didn't they?
I can check it out. But I mean,
I can't remember.
I love UConn's coach.
Hurley.
Hurley, love him. I love his energy. You know what I'm saying? I would love to play for a coach like that. And somebody brought up the point about John Calipari that Coach Cal, he's not a good coach necessarily. He's more so just a great recruiter. But I've always been on the opposite side of that. Like, I think he's the mastermind of them all.
He done got his team right for this player. They've been playing boo-boo all year, but as soon as the tournament came, they look like a whole different team.
That's right.
They can win it all.
They even turned it up.
But I ain't got no favorite. I really don't. I'm like torn between a lot of people. Duke looks like the best team, but Florida come through. They be murking stuff. Even though they barely won the other day.
Florida looks like
Yeah, Houston, they still got a squad. So, yeah, man, I don't know. I ain't got no favorite. I'm just enjoying watching it right now.
And surprisingly, like, it hasn't been as many blowouts as the tournament normally has in like the first round.
Facts.
And the second round, like, it's been, I think it might have been only like 3 blowouts out of the whole weekend. You know what I mean? And
Tar Heels one of them.
and yeah, definitely the first 4 game. Whenever we were up here last Tuesday recording, that was a blowout. But and then of course the game Carolina got eliminated in. But aside from that, it's been a really competitive tournament, and I think the NIL has definitely balanced out the balance of power throughout the whole NCAA as far as basketball is concerned.
Facts. That's how Calipari, that old boy from FAU, got 3 players that played on their team last year. They on 3 different teams: Michigan, Arkansas, and what's the kid? It's another team that's still in the tournament, and he played for them. They got 3 players from their old team, from their mid-major. Now they playing on a D1 team, and they going far. But that NIL did it, so.
UConn got bounced out by Florida. They lost by 2. That's who it was. That's who UConn lost to.
That was
in the second
yeah,
round.
great game.
Yeah, that's who they lost to. And then of course there's Queen from Maryland. He hit the game winner.
Game winner.
The
Oh,
other
boy,
night.
nice.
You know what I'm saying? So And I love the juice that he had. You know what I'm saying? For the game, he's like, man, I'm from Baltimore. Give me the motherfucking ball.
Yeah.
I'm about to go win this. You know what I'm saying?
Freshman too.
Yeah, freshman kid talk.
You know, him and Cooper Flag played them. They was on the same high school
Two
team.
teams.
And the guard from Baylor. Like all three of them were on the same high school team in Florida.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine
And
that, bro?
once again, that kind of goes to Chico's
But
point.
didn't no boy from UConn,
Yeah.
the
All
forward.
four. And then there's another kid, I believe he goes to Georgia or something like that. He goes to another school. He goes to a school in the SEC, I can tell you that for sure.
Yeah.
But all that whole high school starting five could be lottery picks in the NBA draft this summer. So and that kind of goes to Chico's point, because Chico was saying about academies and charter schools and private schools, things like that. Like that school where all those kids went to, that was a academy in Florida. And I don't think none of those kids are from Florida.
Heck no. Somehow they get they get moved. They move to Florida, you know, to play for the love of the game.
I bet, right?
Yeah. Like you just move to Florida. Your people have money like that just to send you.
I mean, we all
20
heard
hours
the stories back in the day when we was in high school.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. We all heard the stories, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you right now. I have a extreme. I can't say extreme hatred. Can I say it?
Of course you can.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, my hate's strong for this team. Evangeline.
Yeah.
When I heard they had a 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", and a 6'6", all receivers.
Mm-hmm.
I started to question what food they ate. I started to question their workout ethic. Because there's no way that all these guys all live in the same city. Y'all all live in the same, like, you can't tell me it's the only school right here, Evangeline. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me y'all all was just growing up together and talk about, hey, let's eat this cow together and let's just go big and strong so we can go ahead and play for this fucking team.
Right.
There's no reason that you motherfuckers should be on the same goddamn team. Not to mention, you have a quarterback who is 6'4", 6'3", 199 pounds, right there at 201, that can run a 4.5 40, throw a ball 120 yards,
That guy's good.
flat-footed, and has an eye of an eagle. There's no way. But you're a creative player. I want you to know right now, I'm calling the laws. I got to take your birth certificate.
That's right.
I mean, I'm mad about it. We've all heard these stories. I was playing ball at a school, as Trojan to be right. You know what I mean?
Shout out.
I want you to know, bro, I didn't have a fucking 6'9" fucking receiver on my team. I didn't have that. I didn't see these guys until I went to, a track meet and see like hey, yeah, I can do something in this shot put. Fuck, I can't throw shit, but I'm just here. So I go and I look at the runners, right? There are guys named Johnny Blaze, Samson Fast Catch. I mean, shit like that. It's like made up fucking names. And these motherfuckers are cheaters.
That's right.
And on 2 feet. Bitch, what do you eat?
I'm telling you, bro.
Like I have this is what really burns my buns. You feel me?
This is what jams my Glock.
You know what I mean? This is what really fucks with me, bro, because I'm really like, there's no reason that you should be here. Like, who is you? Whose man's is this?
I'm telling you. But yeah, bro. So moving on from the men's bracket, the LSU ladies, they also advanced in their tournament. So shout out to the ladies. They keep it moving. The ladies are in the Sweet 16 as they get ready to take on the number 2 seed over there on that side of the bracket. NC State. They will play NC State on Friday, March 28th. The ladies bracket, it's still looking good. Unfortunately, Juju, she tore her ACL last night.
Juju.
Get well soon, Juju. You know what I'm saying? We love you. You know what I'm saying? You's a generational hooper. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking right, bro.
So, get well soon, Juju. But the USC Trojans, they also advanced in their game. They absolutely beat the shit out of Mississippi State. 96-59, minus Juju being hurt.
Shout out to Southern girls. They made the tournament, the game was a little, but hey, they made the tournament. Shout out to them.
That's right. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? 2 teams from
Who
Louisiana.
they ran into? UCLA, right?
UCLA.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
UCLA, I believe UCLA has the number 1 overall seed.
I mean, yeah, for a good reason.
Yeah, so Some other matchups over there in the ladies Sweet 16. Number 3 Notre Dame versus TCU.
I got TCU.
Number 5 Tennessee
Notre Dame.
versus number 1 Texas. North Carolina versus Duke, ladies. You got Maryland versus South Carolina. You got Ole Miss versus UCLA. Kansas State versus USC minus Juju Watkins. And then you have Oklahoma versus UConn. So I think my favorite right now, going forward, it's got to be them Tigers. After the Tigers, I'm going to go ahead and take UConn. Because Paige gets buckets.
Yes.
And
Yes.
she gets buckets. So
A walking double, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you.
gotta believe it. T, you got any thoughts on the lady side of things?
I just pray LSU can win some game.
Weather storm, huh?
Yeah, I hope they can win, but yeah, UConn is very good. UCLA, they tall, so I don't know what. What's the other team? Oh, South Carolina, I ain't so big on them. So if it ain't LSU, it's gonna probably either be UConn or UCLA in my opinion.
I definitely think it's gonna be one of those two. And so, guys, as literally like as we were getting ready to start the show here, we had a couple different breaking news things to kind of break through. Tevin, can you tell us what happened to Dame Lillard?
Breaking news. Your girl sit. Oh wait. Oh, Dame Lillard. Yeah, man, my dog Dame. They found a blood clot in his calf, so he's gonna be, out indefinitely. Sounds like pretty much the rest of the season. That's what it sounds like to me, because you don't just usually just shake back from them like that. So that's unfortunate. That's what the second person we know this year that had a blood clot. Wendy out for the same thing, one in the shoulder. That now Dame's out. Hurts Milwaukee's chances a whole lot. Puts a lot of pressure on Giannis for this postseason.
Right.
And so Kyle Kuzma, they brought you over to shoot the ball. Boy, you gonna have to. You got to do something. We got 25 points that's gone.
Yeah.
But
Guaranteed.
but Bobby Porter's coming back for them, gonna help them out. So, but yeah, it just hurts their chances of reaching even the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, I thought they could had a good chance of at least getting there, but without that 25 to 28 points a game, that's a big blow because they got. I don't even know who they backup point guard is.
Yeah, ain't no time. They might be. I don't know. We really don't know, but
I can't think. I'm trying to think. I
I don't know.
I wanted to say Grimes off the top of my head, but Dallas moved Grimes over to Philly.
Yeah, he's a Philly.
Yeah,
and
so-
I wanted to say campaign, but I'm like, I don't think it's campaign because I can't remember.
I don't know.
No, he played for the Knicks.
Yeah, he's in New
So
York.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Milwaukee definitely. You're right about that. Milwaukee's chances at a chip definitely.
It's gone now.
Yeah, it's definitely out the window. So get well soon, Dame. We love you. We rock with you. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorites. One of my favorites of this era. But get well soon, man. Basketball will always be there, but take care of your health first.
Yes.
Also, we had some breaking news also in the football world as two different things happened in the football world. Russell Wilson signed with the Giants.
Big bag Russ.
Yeah,
Money bag Russ.
Which I still don't. I was looking at this, but go ahead. I'm gonna talk about it.
Yeah, so Russ signed with the Giants, so he went ahead and signed that deal. It's a lot of guaranteed money to be in New York City. I think that may go well for a couple different reasons personally for him. He gets a chance to start. Also, Jameis is going to be his backup. Because Jameis...
I think I Jameis too.
Yep.
That's interesting what they're going to do in the draft now. You say all that.
That's right. So there goes... That looks like Shador kind of slips, and just Shador might be putting on...
Get the number 9.
Shador might be
You know what I'm
putting
saying? It's all down to 9.
That signing changes everything. Is Aaron Rodgers is still a free agent, so...
I hope his ass don't go to nobody.
So...
Fuck on time.
It's going to be interesting to see where Aaron Rodgers lands. And I may be the only person sitting here saying this, but I wouldn't be surprised if Aaron Rodgers actually signs with the Browns. Would not be surprised. Because it looks like it was either Pittsburgh or the Giants, but the Giants look like they've taken themselves out of the Aaron Rodgers business. So, I mean, it's really just down to a couple teams. You know what I mean? So, to be determined, man. Also, the other breaking news, and I believe Tevin has those details of the deal for Stephon Diggs, but I see that Stephon Diggs, he did sign with the Patriots. Yeah, he signed with the Patriots here, literally like as we were earlier, before the Russell Wilson news, or no, the Russ news happened first, then Stephon. Yeah, the Diggs news happened shortly after. So It's crazy. It looks like New England is loading up. New England. I did see something over there online too. It said New England has spent. Let me get the exact number. This offseason, New England has spent $355 million on their free agent signings.
Whoa, talking about who else they got?
They signed Milton Williams.
Who?
He was part of the defensive line from Philly. And
Oh yeah, okay.
they signed. I don't even much recognize who that is in this photo right here, but I do know New England has been spending it, and they had the most money going into free agency.
Yeah, because they paid nobody.
Like last 2 years, they ain't paid nobody.
Yeah,
Right,
They
yeah.
saving all their bread.
Yeah,
They literally been setting this up for the whole time. So
But who's they coaching now? McDaniel's back?
no, they coach Mike Vrabel. You remember they
yeah,
X'd out my boy.
Yeah, they let Gerard Mayo take all the heat so they could bring in the guy who they really probably wanted in the first. Okay.
That did happen. I forgot.
Gotcha. Yeah, you know how they.
Bostonians are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
New Englanders.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm grouping.
What they team, man?
I'm grouping. New England, Boston.
Mhm.
Yeah, Celtics, all that.
All of that.
Speaking of Celtics, and this is off the top of the head, you saw the Celtics sold late last week.
$6.5 billion.
It's a lot of bread. It's a lot of junk.
Yeah, so that's a lot of cheeseburgers on
That's
that.
a lot of tea.
That's a lot of shit. That's all.
So, also, I did see in regards to that with the Celtics selling for that much, that it's a chance that the NBA is getting ready to expand. Also,
Absolutely.
Mhm.
The Vegas is coming next. Probably go back to Seattle, and then they also looking to what is another one?
was it Louisville?
I think it
I
was.
think they want to. Well, they talking about maybe moving Memphis to Nashville or something like that. Kansas City's on the map too
Yeah.
as a potential spot for a team too.
So it's like what, maybe 4 or 5?
Well, Memphis could move, and I understand why Memphis would move because they actually have the smallest arena. Like they actually don't even play in our A arena. They actually play in it's like a glorified theater
Yeah.
that they play in.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, Memphis has the smallest arena. I think they can only jam like 30,000 people.
Yeah,
No wonder they be sold out every day.
Yeah, if that, you know what I'm saying. So,
And they trying to get 2 for sure. They probably want to max it out at 4, but they trying to get 2 new teams for sure. Vegas is gonna happen. It just doesn't matter when.
Yeah.
And then I would say probably bring back Seattle.
Raven Sonics.
That's Doug Christie for he does coach.
He coaches the Kings now.
Does coach the Kings.
Mike and shout out Mike Bibby. He just got the head coaching job at Sacramento State as head coach. So
Show up and show out, fellas.
that's right.
Yeah, man.
A
Go ahead.
lot of former players are showing up, and a lot of basketball news is happening. But I'm definitely looking forward to an NBA expansion as long as New Orleans stays in New Orleans.
Right.
But we would need Gail to sell the team and sell it to Pete. Just sell it to Pete. Sell it to Stunner or sell it to the dude that owns Canes.
Yeah.
I'm sure he got it.
Todd.
You know,
Yeah.
me and Chico was actually talking about this yesterday. This is like I was telling him earlier. I can call him. I got his number. So we talked about this shit yesterday, right? I went over here, stopped by the homie house, man. We were just sitting up there chatting. We talking about our Saints. 'Cause he is a Saints fan.
Y'all's Saints.
Yeah.
Y'all, the community. But go ahead.
You know,
2009 champs.
yeah. I mean, we still got that. Still before the Cowboys. But anyways, my hate for the Cowboys is phenomenal.
Deep it.
It's deep. The water runs deepest this way. You know what I mean? But that's beside the point. Let me get back on topic. So we talked about this with the Saints and how they've been doing money for the past, I don't know, let's just say 7 to 8 years. How we do money and our trades and the thinking of the head office is just like, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
But I had to get reminded that he also owns the Pelicans.
That's right.
She
She also owns the Pelicans. I'm like, oh shit, that makes so much sense now. We've been playing this stupid ass money ball for fucking years, and she's been the main one behind both of this shit.
That's right.
Mhm.
So I'm like, you know what? Take one of them. I don't give a fuck. Take one of them. Make one of us bad. I'll make both of us bad.
Okay. All right. Now I was about to say what you mean take.
Take one of them. Either get the football or you get the basketball. Don't get both of them, because one of us got to succeed in this shit.
Yep.
One of us got to succeed in this shit. So in basketball, we've always not had the money to go get the stars that we needed or go get the players we need to make the franchise successful.
Yep.
We've always been like that. And in football, we've always played so conservative with money, but we were hoping and praying for another Drew Brees. We're not going to get that.
Not happening.
We're not going to get that phenomenal grouping of people to actually come together, play football aggressively and proficiently to actually get to the point we can contend and at the end maybe win a championship. We won't get that again. It was once in a lifetime. Yeah, I'm glad it happened. Let's not do that again.
Yeah. I mean,
Let's do that.
I mean, I understand what you mean. You know what I mean? Because like with Gail owning both squads, like it's really hard, and obviously she's gonna invest more money into the Saints because the Saints is
gonna bring way more valuable than the freaking Pelicans.
And don't get me wrong. I think what the Pelicans they're lightly doing, they're slowly rebranding. As you see some like the new colors that they were starting to roll, like the whole Mardi Gras and voodoo kind of scheme that they got rolling out. It's looking good, but I don't know. They gonna have to do some other things. And I think this summer is the summer that they get rid of Zion.
He the only person that
said that shit, and I don't want that to happen.
You can't do that. He's 24. He the only person who bring people to the games now. Like the only people coming to the game because Zion, they ain't coming to watch. Trey Murphy got hurt this year.
Yeah,
he's an emerging star.
Herb.
So them two, Herb got everybody on the team got hurt.
Everybody hurt. Yeah.
But that's because also I don't know.
And they traded B.I.
Yeah, they said the medical staff there is terrible, but I'm like, I can't blame the medical staff for people getting hurt, like, because people probably just get hurt. Like, people get hurt playing sports.
That's right.
So I ain't gonna blame the medical staff. So, yeah, you gotta keep Zion. I think Gail just needs to. She needs to trade. She needs to sell the team to somebody else because she's not even a sports person. She only got the team because her husband died.
Yeah, she inherited.
The only reason why she got the team because her husband died.
Yeah.
She don't care. She was like she worked. I forgot what she worked for. But it ain't nothing to do with sports. She just, her husband died. Oh, you the owner. Oh, I am. How much is the team worth? Oh, well, I'm keeping it for a little while. How much is the team worth? Oh, well, I can keep that for a little while too. She don't care.
Yeah. And I think, honestly, the only thing that they've done, now that, of course, the Superdome has been renovated. And I'm not sure if she does own the dome or not. But
Caesars owns that. Well, they own the naming rights.
Yeah, they own the naming rights. But I'm not sure.
I don't think she owns. That's a good question.
Because I know there's Benson Tower, like right there behind the dome, which connects to the Hyatt, which is right there, that hotel right there behind it. And of course, the Benson family owns Fox New Orleans, and they also own like the Benson car lots out there. So they have other ways to get, or she has other capital that she's bringing in, but the Saints are by far her biggest cash cow. But she's gonna have to find another way to make the Pelicans be competitive, and especially if she wants to keep them here in Louisiana.
They need to change the name of the team, and they need to let somebody else buy the rights to the arena. Who's scared to go play somebody at the Smoothie King Center? I ain't fearing. I don't care. You can have Michael Jordan, LeBron James, both of them on the same team. We playing at the Smoothie King Center. I think we got a shot, dog.
I think we can.
I ain't scared of nothing I walk into when I go to the Smoothie King Center.
Yeah, just owners of Smoothie King, you can sell them, but just change the name.
Come on, bro. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I don't remember what the name was before that, but
no, it was just the New Orleans Arena. Matter of fact, it had no name.
Thank God. Bring it back. I don't want no name right. Don't just take it away.
I don't know.
I ain't scared of no Smoothie King, and I ain't scared of no Pelican.
Yeah.
I mean, would you want us to be the New Orleans Crawdads?
It's got to be the Jazz. You got to
bring the Jazz. We got to get our name back.
You have to buy the name. Plus, the Jazz, they have a new owner. I think this is his second year, but he also owns he bought the hockey team that was in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah.
And then he moved them to Utah. So
be the Utah Avalanche or the Utah Mountains or something. I don't know.
Utah Mountains.
Yeah.
I don't know what's Utah
Rangers.
Yeah. The Utah Yetis in the building.
Yeah, give us our name back, bro.
Now we cooking.
You got the Utah Yetis versus New Orleans Jazz.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like we have to do something.
We need some swag.
Yes, absolutely. Plus the colors.
Trash, that red, white, blue, yellow. God, been hot garbage.
And that's what I'm saying, like the jazz colors, the original jazz colors, like the purple, yellow, green, this Mardi Gras. It's literally New Orleans. Like y'all took my whole swag, my whole flow.
To Utah.
Yeah, to Utah of all places. Nobody's up there but NBA YoungBoy. But that's the story for another.
Shout out, they done freed the guy.
They done freed him, but I don't know if that's never mind.
I'm just glad another black man,
Welcome home.
Yes, out of the penitentiary system.
That's right. That's right. Let's do better this time.
Right, please do better.
Yeah.
I know you too talented, young brother.
That's crazy how, and this is random as well. We are moving into music, but it's crazy how he hasn't been on any type of tour, like ever, like a big tour, and somehow he's still one of the most popular artists in the world.
Dude was talking about this in the group chat the other day. He was like, bro, he really can't go on tour because he was like, bro, think about the insurance. First of all, think about the insurance risk, and think about just the risk of the risk of the fans. Like, would you really trust going to a young boy concert? Not because anything he would do, but some of the people that listen to him, how they would probably behave at a concert. He was like, bro, I wouldn't want to dare go to a young boy concert, no matter how he got some of the most fire music. He's a great rapper and artist.
Yeah.
But he was like, man, I can't trust it.
He got hits.
Yeah,
he got the hits.
He got hits.
He got everything.
He's a good performer.
The swag, he got it all.
Yeah.
And what the back door on what Tevin said, man, like it's wild because logistically, from a business standpoint, when you talk about insurance, you talk about, for one, can I get insurance for me as an artist, and what's the insurance gonna cost for me as an artist to play in an arena? So the insurance be like, hey, what's your name again? Oh,
double security.
We don't have to have double security around and inside the outside and inside the arena. Maybe backstage. We gotta just the insurance money alone is about, let's just say, if anything from $500,000 to $2 million.
Yeah, that's
just the insurance.
Facts.
We ain't talking about the insurance for the building that this shit has to be in. We ain't talking about what the precautions are necessary for the house this event. And this is multiple events. Bro, you are a leaking hazard. Bro, you need a warning sign when it comes to you.
And you know what I'm saying? Piggybacking off of those 2 points, like if you think about what happened at Astro World, with Travis Scott, and you got to think about how you got to set up. I think the best way to, and you're never going to be able to prevent injuries and mosh pits and people bumping into each other. You're never going to be able to prevent that because music invokes energy and emotions. That's just what's going to happen. No matter if it's a Taylor Swift show, Travis Scott show, Drake show, Kendrick show.
Shout out to the Swifties.
Jay-Z, no matter, you, artist X, you know what I'm saying? It's whatever, right? But to prevent what happened at Travis's show, you're literally going to have to set up, medical tents in the crowds and have the medical tents blocked off. But that's so much more because that goes into insurance. So then you have to double or triple up on medical staff, security. How are you going to map out the lanes for the crowds to be in? Because, of course, there's general admission, then there's VIP boxes and all that kind of stuff. So that's a whole different conversation. That's actually a really good conversation. We should table that one. But moving on, did y'all Tevin, you mentioned this one about Some Thug and Propane's, the Double Cup. Speak on that album because they released that album earlier this month. So just speak on that for a minute.
That's so far the best album I've heard, rap album I heard this year.
Come on.
From start to finish, you can play that thing straight through. It's smooth. It got fast songs, slow songs. It got riding music. Whether you by yourself, whether you're with your lady friend. It's got messages in the music. Messages in the music. It paints a picture. It's a great album.
I gotta hear this.
It's a smooth album. The first day I listened to it at least twice, probably 3 times, and I know I done listened to it at least once. I done listened to some songs at least once a day, every day since that album came out, dog.
And the name of the album is Double Cup, and also they have a movie that's also attached to it. We did some research. We tried to be professional. We tried to do our part in
Not tried. We were professional. We got on it, looked it up, chat GPT and everything.
Yeah, can't find where or when the movie was going to drop.
I think they said what they did was they did a screening.
I did see that.
They did the official screening in Houston
and in Dallas. I did see
that. So now I guess after however long time it's gonna end up coming out on whatever streaming service or platform that they choose.
That's what's up, man.
And so the name of the album is Double Cup. Also, the name of the movie that they're gonna release is called Double Cup. And of course, if you are not familiar with that, the Double Cup is synonymous with the Dirty South, as we talked about the Dirty South music a couple weeks ago. TJ, we waiting on you to come back.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So we can continue this this music breakdown. Next up is going to be the Midwest whenever we get a chance to get there. But
I like the mix on the album too with Propane and Slim Thug. Propane, young rapper from the from the South, Houston, and Slim Thug, he's the OG. I didn't know, bro. I don't think he's 40.
No,
I think he's like 38.
Yeah, Slim Thug still.
Yeah, he young, but he's like, but I guess since he came out so long ago when we were young, I just thought as soon as he older, I'm like, man, we dang near would have went to school together.
Yeah, that's just like so a lot of these rappers are right here in our age bracket, like, and rest in peace to first of all, rest in peace George Foreman.
Right, with peace.
And rest in peace.
Five the grill this weekend.
And, matter of fact, did y'all have a George Foreman?
I got one at the house right now.
One of the best things ever, right?
Easily got me through college.
I'm saying, bro, have you ever had a George Foreman grill?
Dude, I've owned like 6 of them.
George Foreman grill equals the air fryer. Like, like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, if you have those two things in your house,
you good.
You're good.
You just hassle to clean.
Yeah.
But bro, that thing got me, man. So many meals that was made on that
Do
thing.
y'all know the George Foreman grill story? Have you ever heard of it?
No,
I heard it, but I forgot it.
Okay, I'm trying to make this fast. Okay, so George Foreman was a heavyweight championship boxer.
That's right.
So when he first retired, he was like, I want to just try to see what I can do with my money. And he was watching some infomercials.
Yeah, okay, it's coming back to.
So the infomercials had a lot of grills. He was like, man, I wonder what it is to get one of those grills. So he ended up having connections and being so famous as a boxer.
Yep.
He started talking to the man or the people who made the grills. So those grills, those George Foreman grills were just going out of business basically. And he said, you know what? I'll buy that from you.
Come on.
And it was some kind of deal that he made that for every couple of grills I sell, I get a profit off of it.
Yeah.
That's hard.
So when he made his whole his catchphrase and his slogans for the George Foreman grills, the very first, I think 2,000 or so he sold, he made like almost $80,000 off of it.
Yes, sir.
So it went from
He probably tripled what he bought.
he quadrupled his money
Yo.
in with those grills, just with those grills. Because a lot of people don't know that also too, he was a pastor.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was a pastor. So George Foreman, after he got through boxing and everything, and then he went back into boxing. He was coming out of retirement as a pastor, or as a boxer while he was a pastor.
Rest in peace to the pastor, heavyweight champion. You know what I'm saying? George Foreman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he's really innovator. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Leading the charge. You know what I'm saying? Leading the charge in the industry for black athletes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he's definitely paved the way, and there's so many different other things that other athletes have opened up in his footsteps, and along with Magic Johnson's footsteps.
Yeah.
Business footsteps. So rest in peace, George Foreman. Also, there was a shooting over there in Memphis this past weekend involving Sauce Walker and his artist. I'm forgetting the artist's name at the moment, so forgive me for that. But rest in peace to I believe it's Sauce Peso. I believe that's his name. So rest in peace to that young fella. But artists, you gotta be careful in this music industry. Being a rapper is probably the most dangerous job on planet Earth, nowadays. But do we want to get at this this Louisiana music topic? Did y'all see that floating around over the weekend?
Oh, when they were talking about our beats or something like that. Yeah, man, hey, brother. Hey, so what? So what?
I haven't seen it, so I don't know what you're talking
So what?
So it's
Y'all try to sound like the Neptunes try to sound like it.
So the topic is, it says Louisiana beats sound like ghetto spy missions. And when you think about it, if you think about how 400 Degrees starts, if you think about how Down for My Niggas starts, if you think about how Big Ballin' starts.
I want you to know right now, as soon as you said Not 400 degrees. What was the other one you had after 400?
Down my niggas.
Down my niggas. When I said, you said, dun, 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 I said, God damn it. I was thinking about it too. I was like, God damn it, you're right.
And then, you know what I'm saying? If you think about how Set It Off starts, if you think of
Pretty much anything that Cash Money made.
yeah.
Fuck out of here. Hey, y'all, whoever made that shit, fuck y'all.
Anything Manny Fresh put his finger on.
I think that is it. So, I mean, yeah, I echo what Lucky Seven said. Fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I want you to know right now. I feel disrespected, but I'm with you.
Right, I'm playing Shine when I get in the car and when I leave here.
yeah, you better believe it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Lil Wayne Shine, not the Shine that was with Diddy. That's
Oh, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of a conversation we were having off mic, because I mean that's pretty much the Louisiana topic, right?
Right.
But we were having this conversation off mic, and somebody texted me over the weekend. And I think this friend of mine was drunk whenever he texted me this, and I don't know how
Always a good start.
this ended up in my algorithm or in my inbox, but he was like, "Man, free R. Kelly and take Vince McMahon to jail. he's the real predator." And you know,
I'm not mad at it.
it makes sense.
I agree 1,000%.
It makes sense.
It's not worse.
Yes.
Yeah, by far. Vince McMahon is a nasty man.
Nasty, bro.
Whenever you have a group of boys titled the Ring Boys,
Absolutely disgusting.
Come on,
it's
man.
out of pocket. And we've talked about that Vince McMahon doc earlier on some earlier episodes.
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen it, go watch it because that's going to give you a bit more context. You can find it on Netflix. I'm not going to be the one to sit here and tell you the news about it. But Vince McMahon is a nasty man, along with some of those other videos that are coming out from the old WWF, WWE. Wild times.
Yeah, I've actually watched this doc like recently, and I have to say, like, honest God, truly, Vince needs to be put in jail. Right? He was a menace, an absolute menace, a menace to not only the WWF, but he was a menace to the world. It was a lot of shit I had to go back and look at the time when it happened, like Stone Cold 316 from NWO to. Well, NWO was WCW, mind you, and went to WWF. Then, like the whole Attitude Era from Stone Cold to The Rock and shit like that. I had to go back and look at the play. Like, what were you looking at? What was going on in that scene in context, right?
That's right.
So I went into it. I was like, that shit actually happened in front of thousands of fans, like,
And thousands.
I'm like, oh my God, this was played on national television. Why did we not see this? Why did we not think about this while we were like young kids, young men, young people in general, and even the older people when they were watching it? Why was this cool back then?
Bro, he was literally making Trish Stratus strip in the middle of the ring.
In the middle of the ring, you know?
Right, and I'm like 7, 8, I'm just sitting there taking it all to the face.
Then, yeah. Pause. But
Yeah.
A mud fight in the middle of the ring.
Bro, it was
Right, we supposed to be wrestling. What's going on?
he was even the wrestling dude that was saying, "I want head." Like the dude that would have like the little mannequin head. Like he was going around saying, "What makes the world go round?" And he would hold up the mannequin head and be like, and the crowd would be like, "Head." He said, "What does everybody want?" Head. And it's like, dog, like I was in elementary watching this.
You know?
And even like the DX. Suck it!
You know how many times I got put out of the classroom for doing this shit? Like, I got put out the classroom at least 6 or 7 times for doing this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Across the classroom, teacher says, Mr. Douglas, get out. So when I leave, I'm like, hey,
Bro, where in the world we thought, like, it didn't hit nobody's brain, like, hey, it got a big fat, let me not be, got a big black man putting his booty in people's face.
Rikishi.
Yeah. Why is this an acceptable move in the ring that a grown man got his booty, wet booty cheeks on a man's face?
It's
Come on.
There's so much wrong with this problem.
That man was freaked out.
No. What was freaked out was.
Well, he was for Rikishi. You freaked out for doing that. So you're like, you know what? I guess this is gonna be my move. Come here. Hey.
Cheeks to the corner.
Yeah, but for you,
on the ground, and you see this man, this behemoth of a man,
Right.
in a thong.
Yeah.
It's called something else, but yes, you're right.
Man, both sides of the cheek was like that's a thong.
With a little dangly.
With a little dangly just to get a little extra tickle on your face.
That's nasty.
Man, come on, bro. Bitch was freaked out.
That's nasty.
And a lot of people, we always used to say, we always have this conversation about, was wrestling real? What was it fake? Was it real? How real is it? How fake is it? Let me tell you. A kick to the jaw hurts anybody. I don't give a damn what you say. A kick to the jaw hurts anybody. If you hit me with a Shawn Michaels, if you hit me with a Shawn Michaels kick to the jaw,
Right here.
it's going to put you to sleep. If you get hit with a flying elbow, you're going to sleep. Clothesline.
That's right. Clothesline from hell.
You're going to sleep. I have gotten injured more times from trying to do a pile driver.
That's right.
On somebody than me getting frog splashed from a fucking table.
Mm-hmm.
And that really happened, by the way.
The first thing I'll be thinking about when I think of just wrestling, and like, I wish TJ was here because this is something we should run with TJ. But the first thing I think about with wrestling, aside from the Attitude Era, right?
Yeah.
I automatically think of whenever the Undertaker threw Mick Foley off the top of the cage.
Did he almost die?
Yeah. I think he like broke his collarbone.
Yeah.
And it led to like a neck injury and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing I think of is like whenever Jim Ross or JR was like, "Oh my God, he's dead! He's dead!" And I was like, "He might be." And then Undertaker threw him in the ring. Like on a bed of nails. Matter of fact, the other weekend there was something I saw on like AEW wrestling where dude had like a spiked bat or something like that, and he threw it in somebody's like literally like the back, and his skin was exposed, and the bat and it had like spikes and shit. It was stuck to his back. It was glued. It was damn like in his back, and they were trying to pull it, and you could see his skin like pulling.
Yeah.
Like dog, that shit was nasty. Like it's like some things of wrestling, fake. A lot of things in wrestling, though, not fake. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I've only got my teeth knocked out from getting Stone Cold stunned.
Facts. Stone Cold stun, rock bottom, DDP, like you say, frog splash.
Yeah, all that jumping off the rope stuff was wild.
It was ridiculous.
Edge and the Hardy Boys
Being speared. The Dudley Brothers.
Getting Goldberg spear out of fucking nowhere with no pads, no protection.
None.
It's just like getting hit with a car.
Come on. Get the table.
Get the table. Hey, yo, bro, one time.
Only thing that didn't hurt was that weak ass people's elbow.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna front.
Come on, man. Come on, bro. That move got me not wanting to get up. I'm out of there. Yeah, I gotta wait on them. And then he come over and start doing this. I said, man, boy, as a kid, you thought that was fire.
Yeah.
He done ran, jumped across you 18 times. You thought that was fire. I was like, got on. I was like, man, that move ain't worth nothing.
Then Ric Flair strutting across the ring. Like, son, please.
Hey, if you have never enjoyed wrestling, the Ric Flair era, when you see Pretty Boy, Ric Flair come out that motherfucker, woo! Glasses on, hair gorgeous, that shiny ass motherfucking jacket.
Alligator sneakers.
Hey, son, I want you to know, you had to be there and live it.
That's right.
To understand how precious those times were.
That's right.
Oh my God, I miss him, son.
Well, that'll wrap up this week's episode of The Perspective Podcast. This was episode 53. Fellas, we are we making our way to 60.
Hey, man.
Episode 60.
We coming up. We coming.
We might have to get like a pinata or something like that. Bro. You know what I'm saying? Like suspended from the ceiling or something like that. Or
Oh, that's gonna be close to around Cinco de Mayo, huh? Well, no, 7. That's 7. Dang.
I don't know.
Cause next month would be like at least 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I mean, we can do some double recording.
We do for a Friday episode.
Right.
We are due for a Friday night episode.
We were supposed to do one with it.
When the championship is for college basketball, we might do a little something. And,
Normally like Monday night.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know, but we'll figure it out. We'll definitely have to squeeze in a Friday episode somewhere because this happens to be my job. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else that's a part of the show, TJ, Tevin, Bug, Marcus, and the other members of the family that y'all haven't even seen yet.
Yeah.
But they all got jobs. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard for everybody to get here in the middle of the week. Plus, you know what I'm saying, we got other members of the family that are in other parts of the state, so that want to come down. So we'll have to figure out something so everybody can come down on a Friday night and we can do some Friday night
house party. Friday night house party, chat.
yeah, we can do a Friday night house party. That's what we'll call it. So we appreciate everybody for tuning in. Appreciate everybody sharing it. And yeah, until next time, y'all, we out of here.
Yep.